The Oxford and Cambridge Dictionary defined the word phobia as an extreme fear or dislike of a particular thing or situation, especially one that is not reasonable. So I'm here at the seaside to find out what phobias the people of Brighton have. Let's go. Can you tell me what your phobia is?
My main phobia is probably fear of heights.
Okay.
But I don't mind flying, which is a bit strange. I'm quite happy flying.
Okay, so there's some sort of limit on the height before it becomes a fear?
I don't know.
My phobia is slugs. I know that slugs are really good for the garden, and I don't kill anything and I garden organically, but I cannot pick up a slug, and I run about screaming like a silly girl if I go outside and they're coming up the garden steps. And I just have this thing that says, if I turn my back, they're going to become suddenly huge, slimy, monster great things that somehow get in the house and consume me.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that's my thing about slugs.
If you're at the top of the stairs, is this scary for you?
No, that's not scary. It has to be quite high.
Okay.
And very often it's a height where, like I was at the Grand Canyon once.
Oh yeah.
And there was a wall coming up the edge of the canyon, brick wall, and someone was stood on top of it. That freaked me out. If I see somebody else, I was in the London Eye, and I was fine until people started leaning on the glass.
Oh, wow.
And then I couldn't take it.
So you also have some sort of like empathy.
Yeah, but I think they're going to.
I think it came from the fact that I'm not massively fond of wriggly. I mean, I'm not a great fan of snakes, but I'm not hugely fond of worms. But slugs seem to me to have a kind of malevolence of their own, whereas the rest are just quiet, rather dull, lower forms of life that they don't want to hurt me. Slugs do.
Can I ask maybe an obvious question?
Yeah.
Are you afraid of snails?
I'm okay with snails. I leave them alone. I will pick them up. I will pick them up if I have to, but I would rather not. But I don't seem to have the logic that says snails are really slugs with a shell. I just think of them as a different species.
And when did this phobia start?
Well, as a child I disliked them, and then another child, when I was 8, thought it would be amusing to put one down my neck, and it wasn't amusing. And I actually hit this child quite hard.
If you need help keeping up with this episode, you could consider checking out our Patreon page. We offer reading, audio, video and chat-based extras to help you follow along with all our episodes and to suit your specific level of English understanding. You can choose from 3 levels of perks. The first level gives you reading materials such as transcripts and vocabulary lists, all related to the relevant episode that you're watching. The second level gives you audio and video perks for our episodes. You can get video downloads with and without subtitles, audio-only downloads of the episode, and other behind-the-scenes extras featuring outtakes and extra interviews that didn't quite make it into the final video. Lastly, our third level gives you access to our exclusive daily chat to help you improve your day-to-day English, whether it be to help you for a job interview application, writing to new friends or family, or simply just improving your knowledge and sharing your experience of Britain and the English language with others. Now back to the episode. Do you have any unreasonable phobias?
No. I can justify them all.
I like that.
Well, as you can see, I'm not a young person. You would say I was more of a mature person. But my phobia is, when I was younger, I didn't have the difficulty of being with youth and young people in crowded spaces. But as the years progressed, I found it very intimidating to be, say, in Brighton, walking down the lanes there in a crowd, because I always feel that I should be keeping up with the youth, but unfortunately I'm one step behind. And I just have that fear that they're taking over and I'm not in control.
Yeah, I mean, at least for you, you haven't got the worry that they don't exactly move very quickly.
No, they don't, and they in fairness, they don't pounce. I mean, I think they would, but they don't.
Yeah, they're kind of like zombies.
Yeah,
They're very slow moving.
Yeah, they walk
threats.
amongst us, yeah. And actually, if you were prepared to kill things, which I'm not, you could treat them not unlike zombies. Just a heavy blow with a spade like it, you know. Yeah.
So weird.
Is that
I
what
know.
you do?
Yeah,
A spade.
yeah. That would be it. That would be it. Yeah, and you know, but it seems wrong. I mean, I don't kill them, but I just no thank you.
Wonderful.
Well away.
Thank you very much.
You're most welcome.
Can you tell me your phobia?
My phobia is the fact that heaven may not exist.
And when you say that, are you a religious person?
No, I'm very spiritual. Very spiritual.
Why are you worried about heaven not existing?
Then I might not see my mother and my father and my ex-girlfriend.
Can you tell me what is your phobia?
I have a phobia for a claustrophobia, really, for having nail varnish on my fingernails. I can't bear it.
You say claustrophobia?
It's like it feels like claustrophobia when I have nail varnish on my fingernails.
Wow, okay. Okay, I have lots of questions. What are you going to do in preparation for the thought of that phobia being real?
Well, I'm just going to live my life to the full. I reckon I'm going to be a millionaire in 5 years maximum and a billionaire in 10. That's that's what I think. Aim for the sky, aim for the stars. You might find yourself just sitting on a very high hill.
Okay, my phobia is of what I've taken to calling tooth juice. So it's the spit, when people clean their teeth, the spit that they spit out into the sink in the bathroom that's kind of toothpastey spit. Really hate that stuff. You know, really can't be doing with that when everyone in the house got to clean their tooth juice away, because otherwise I just get the shivers.
You call it tooth juice?
That's what I've taken to calling it, yeah.
Okay. When did you realise you had this?
Not that many years ago, about 10, 12 years ago, something like that. Don't know.
Okay. And what was the first kind of moment? Do you remember the first time you had this?
No, not really. I just remember it being it feeling uncomfortable, and as it got, and I used to wear it quite a lot.
Yeah.
And then I began to think, oh, I can't bear it. I don't want it. I'll take it off. And then occasionally, I would put it on again, thinking I was stupid, and it would still feel the same. So I don't wear it anymore. Well, if I do wear it, I put it on for a special occasion, take it off immediately I get home.
Okay, I got a stupid question. Does colour?
No, no.
Doesn't matter what colour?
No, it doesn't matter what colour.
Okay.
My fingers feel trapped, which makes me feel trapped.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where does it come from?
Goodness only knows.
And what about other people with nail varnish?
Oh no, it doesn't bother me. I always think it looks pretty, but
Oh,
I
no.
can't have it.
How bizarre.
It is.
How bizarre. And are you trying to overcome it, like one nail at a time?
No, I can't even be bothered. It's not that desperate.
It's not necessary.
No,
is it really?
no.
Wow. And so you live with
I
other
live
people?
with 3 people.
Okay. And are they all culprits?
Well, one of the things is, the house is owned by my friend, and when I moved in, we were talking about cleaning. We were talking about cleaning routines, and I confessed to my little issue with the toothpaste spit, and then she said that she had the same kind of problem. So we then crowned it tooth juice, and there's never any tooth juice in our house, basically. Because we then told the next guy, who's a lodger, we told him about it too. So there may be a few other things wrong with the house domestically, but never tooth juice.
So another thing is cobwebs on the corner of our conservatory. You know, you suddenly see a cobweb and it drops down. The cobweb, doesn't it, Sue? It drops down and it's going like this, and it's only tiny, and it's dropping there, and I think, oh, I've got to grab that. And we're looking at these cobwebs up there, and they're so small, they're harmless, but they have a fear of, I'm going to, and sometimes they land on my head, and I think, God, I'm being attacked by these little tiny silly things like that, you
So
know.
it's not the spider. It's not the spider within
No.
the cobweb. It is just the silk.
Yes, that phobia again. That's another phobia. Going into the shed, right? I always do this when I go in the shed because I know they're there, and they could be waiting. You know, oh, we'll grab him, and I'm pulling it away. All the cobwebs in the shed because they're there. I know it's there, and I can feel it. It's silly, isn't it? It's silly.
Tooth juice. It's a funny name, but I actually think you should name it differently because it kind of sounds nice. When I heard tooth juice, it sounds.
That makes me worry about you. Why would tooth juice be nice?
I don't know. It just sounds like onomatopoeically, it sounds like a nice thing. Tooth juice.
Would you like a glass of tooth juice?
Yeah, it needs a.
Like, so if you came round to my house and I said, "What's your name again? Sorry."
Mitch.
I said, "Hey Mitch, how would you like a nice chilled glass of tooth juice?" You'd like that, would you?
I don't know if I would like it, but it sounds friendly. I think it needs a
Relatively benign, perhaps.
it just sounds nice. I'm not saying I'd drink it.
I really hope you wouldn't. Yeah, I think. So, what would you suggest then?
Maybe like. It's to do with brushing your teeth, right?
Well, it's
Specifically.
specifically to do with the sort of the mixture,
Yeah.
the admixture of saliva and toothpaste. Like, I don't mind toothpaste that's not been mixed with saliva.
Yeah.
I don't particularly mind saliva. You know, there's a place for saliva, but the toothpaste
Yeah.
mixed with saliva thing, you know, in dribs and drabs around the bowl of the sink.
Yeah.
That's the thing that I don't like.
I see.
What would you call it then?
Yeah. Maybe like tooth grime or like
Tooth grime.
gob paste.
Gob paste. Gob paste is good. I think maybe gob paste. I'll float that to my landlady / friend / housemate when I get back home today and see what she thinks about gob paste. I mean, yeah, it's probably better. And then I think there's much less likelihood that you're going to say yes when I offer it to you.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I'm not taking your gob paste.
Who would?
Thanks for watching this week's episode. Please let me know any of your rational or irrational phobias in the comments below, and we'll see you next time. Bye.